good evening and Happy New Year from everybody at Ox Sports Unleashed. Yes, we're back in your living rooms, your jacuzzis, your sheds, wherever you watch us. Thank you ever so much for joining us here on a Wednesday night for a change, not Thursday, as the studio was fully booked. So we're here into your living rooms on a Wednesday evening. I hope you had a good festive season, and we're back with a vengeance, hopefully with some really good sporting prowess in our county, which is why we're doing this. Kieren, what do you think about tonight's show?
You've said the word of vengeance and the word prowess in the first minute of the show. You must have had a dictionary for Christmas
Thesaurus,
or something. Thesaurus, yeah. Welcome back. Thank you for not saying brand new. That was quite good. It's a brand new series. Yes, thank you for joining us on a Wednesday evening. We'll be on a Wednesday for the next couple of weeks, as Darryl said, due to availability of our studio, but we're pleased to be back with you, and we're going to have a bit of a run now between now and the end of the football season, and then we'll take another brief break, and then we'll be back probably for the cricket season, albeit it might only be a monthly show then, because it'll be a little bit difficult during the summer, which feels a long way off, doesn't it, at the moment, because it's so cold
there tonight.
As was the case yesterday. There was loads of games called off yesterday. So, we have got, though, despite all the games being off yesterday, over the course of the last 3 or 4 weeks since we left you before Christmas, football has continued, and we've got a really good run of goals to bring you now. Some of these would potentially be contenders for goal of the season again, I think. There's some crackers in there. Lots of coverage from Oxford City and Banbury United, and then we will look ahead to the future games for the two clubs who are both battling against relegation, so hopefully the second half of the season will be a little bit better for them. But we're going to crack on now with that. So we've got some highlights and some goals from all the games over the festive period and in the new year, starting with Oxford City's home game just before Christmas when they took on Andy Wing's Solihull Moors. It was a cracking game of football and a bit of heartbreak at the end for Oxford City. So here's the highlights of all the games, and we'll be back with you after this.
Sanderson, ball down the left. Tafari Moore is a real thorn in Solihull's side at the moment. He's got Ollie Sanderson going forward in front of him. Finds McEachran in the centre of the field, looking for an option on the edge of the area. Parker with his back towards goal. Finds McEachran! And Oxford City take the lead at the Roar Charging Stadium.
Rushall 1, South Shields 0 and Southport 0, Kings Lynn 1. As Charles comes forward, and that's a nice ball behind Frosty. He's through on goal, he hits it first time, good save by Everton, but the rebound is put home by Hewitt.
Time it's cleared by Reece Fleet, and City can actually counter-attack here through Sanderson, and Sanderson's beat his man, and City are 2-on-1 here. Ollie Sanderson with Rennie Smith inside the area. Smith's 1-on-1, and Oxford City have taken the lead. City fan headed into the air, Rennie Smith and under it, but City are away here. It's another ball into the final third, and Alfie Potter is in on goal here. He's got Fleet and Smith in support of him, and here's Potter to Fleet, and Oxford City have won it at Meadowbank. Parker, Coyle, Rennie Smith's up there. I think he's the only man in the box, and Smith heads towards goal. Another great save by Mayle, but he's gone in, and Oxford City do have a goal back, and it's Ollie Sanderson.
Wingsu, Giles. into the box, has to be defended well. It comes to Elliot Wheeler. His ball into the box. It finds the net. It's a cross he was looking for, but it's gone in.
You've got to keep your discipline. Manny on the reset gives a stupid free kick away. And Poole's almost
Corner
paid the
still
price.
needs, but it bounces down inside the 6-yard box and it's tapped home. Pools don't keep the clean sheet. Oxford City have one back. 77 minutes on the clock.
You can watch those back on our Facebook feed. That has also been uploaded to our Facebook page. Thanks to Wes Spearman for doing that.
Like a bit of honey in there, Darryl, because any excuse to keep Christmas going.
Yeah, well, we get the festive spirit still going. But one piece there, one goal that our producer managed to capture at North Lee, and a certain young Paul Fowler getting a little bit excited about the goal. So that was
most animated I've ever seen him.
Yeah,
to be honest.
he was up there, wasn't he?
Yeah,
our roving
absolutely.
reporter Paul Fowler. So,
There was also a goal that was missing out of that that happened last week. Actually, it was in the Senior Cup game. I went to cover the Banbury game against North Lee in the Oxfordshire Senior Cup quarter-final, and a goal for Lewis Middleton, 16-year-old lad. He's now 17. It's his birthday today, so happy birthday to Lewis Middleton. But the winning goal, 16-year-old lad, from probably 25 yards on a tight angle into the top corner. It was one of the best goals I've seen all season, but it wasn't captured on the videos, unfortunately, so just have to take my word for it.
We'll take your word for it. That takes us quite nicely on to our regular feature of Lock, Lion and Ryde, our three amigos, as we like to call them. And they will sort of give you a little bit of insight over the last few weeks, and also what's coming up this week. And there's a couple of interviews with Didcot and Kidlington managers. So here's Lock, Lion and Ryde.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Colin Ryde, and as usual, I'm joined in the studio for this review of last Saturday's local foot results by Paul Lyon. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Colin.
And Paul is an Oxford City shareholder and their club secretary. And Patrick Locke. How you doing, Patrick?
Hi, Colin. Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
And Patrick writes for the National Non-League paper, and he's also editor of the excellent Oxford City Match Day programme. If you go to the game, you must pick up a copy, because they are well worth the £3, I think, a bargain at half the price. Right, let's start with this review of last Saturday's local foot results with Oxford United, who won 3-1 away at Carlisle. And Paul, Des Buckingham's had a bit of a dodgy start with injuries and a couple of poor results, but with players like Greg Lee and Sam Long coming back into the squad and table-topping Pompey dropping points, United don't look in too bad a state for the start of 2024, did they, Paul?
No, I mean, they were my prediction at the start of the season to get promoted, and it was all looking good, wasn't it, under the previous manager? Then they had a bit of a wobble when he left, but they've won, I think, 3 out of 5 now in the league, and they've moved back up into 5th place, only 3 points off automatic promotion. So they're on a good run, despite losing in the 2 cup games recently. They've got knocked out of both cups recently, haven't they? Coventry and Wimbledon. But yeah, they're in a good position in the league, and if they can keep that form going from now to the end of the season, they might get into one of the first couple of playoff promotion spots.
Indeed. So 2 goals from Mark Harris and a third from Tyler Goodham scored, all 3 points for the U's. And that win means United are 5th in League One with 49 points, but only 4 points separate the top 5 clubs. So in the second half of the season, with 20 games to go, starting at home Saturday against Northampton Town, United have everything to play for. It's not the same, though, for Oxford City, Paul. Like other sides, the City are finding life very tough in the National League, Paul.
Yeah, as we said at the start of the season, it's always going to be a big ask for us, but we're trying our best, and we're in every game. You know, we're not getting smashed. You know, we've lost 2-1 twice recently, and it's one of those things. You know, often we go behind early, and then it's really tough to come back and to get a result. And then on the occasion when we do go in front, we don't seem to be able to hold it. So we can't really pinpoint it on any one thing, but we're not a million miles away, and slight improvement in our defence, and I think we could start to win a few games. But we've got a big month coming up. You know, we've got Woking this weekend, we've got York City on Tuesday, and then we've got Ebbsfleet next week. So we've got 3 teams that are just above us in the league, and I know we said this before Christmas, where we had similar type of games, but you know, if we could come out with 2 wins out of the next 3 games, then we're back in it again. So it's really tight, and we're still hopeful, but you know, it's not going to be easy, but we keep ploughing on.
All right, so no game for City Saturday, Paul, and normally that would give the manager a chance to assess the squad, maybe get a few injured players closer to fitness. But Oxford City have lost a few players, haven't they, Paul?
Yeah, as is always the way at Oxford City, we bring players in, we develop them, and they move on. And Jack Bycroft, who came in for Swindon earlier in from Southampton earlier in the season, has gone to Swindon now. He started for Swindon on Saturday in their league game, so you know, playing for us in the National League one week and straight into the Swindon team the following week. It's you know, for Jack, it's a brilliant move. You know, he's been sitting in the reserves at Southampton for a couple of seasons, and now he's got his move to the Football League. So well done to Jack. And Ollie Sanderson, who's been with us all season and some of last season, he's now moved to Sutton United in the National League Football League 2. So that's a couple of players that have been with us that have now moved up, and I think this highlights what we do at City. You know, we bring these young players in and develop them, and then they move on, and this is what we're all about. So we're now in search of the next players that are going to do that. But you know, it does bring its problems, as you say. We've got to put a squad out on Saturday to try and win the game, and you know, we've got a decent size squad at the moment. We've only got the one long-term injury of Josh Ashby, who hopefully should be coming back soon. But yeah, we've got 2 spare goalkeepers. We've got other strikers, so we have to make do with what we've got.
Right, what do you make of the team below City, the relegation zone, getting former Premier League manager Phil Brown in to manage them, Paul? Interesting
appointment. When we lost David Oldfield 2 years ago, Phil Brown applied to us for the job. We chose Ross Jenkins. We didn't really want a Phil Brown type of appointment. Yeah, nice guy, nothing wrong with the guy, but you know, he comes with a lot of history in the Football League, a lot of baggage. We would only really be a stepping stone for him, and when we turned him down, he went off and managed in the Football League at Barrow, I think it was he went to. Didn't last very long at Barrow and lost his job there. But, he's not our type of manager. You know, we're looking for more long-term appointment, a manager who's actually a coach. You know, someone who does the coaching. I think with Phil Brown, what you'll be getting is somebody who's got contacts in the industry. He might be able to bring players in with his contacts, but it's probably a short-term fix rather than a long one. And at Oxford City, it's all about long-term development for us, and you know, and that's been proven to be the right decision. As you know, Ross in his first season guided us into the playoffs, and in the second season got us promoted. So I think we made the right decision at the time. Let's hope that Kidderminster have made the wrong decision with Phil Brown, hey?
Yeah, okay. Right, Patrick, not only are you the matchday programme editor and a reporter of the National Non-League paper, but I gather you've now turned minibus driver, ferrying the City faithful up and down the country. What's the mood like on the terraces with the City in the wrong end of the table at the moment?
It wasn't quite a full-size minibus, to be fair. It's this bigger vehicle you can drive on a normal driving license. But yeah, we did take one up to Hartlepool, yeah. But I mean, like I've said throughout the season, really, everyone knew, and I mean, like what Paul said at the start as well, that everyone knew that it wasn't going to be a season where we were going to be up there challenging again. Everyone knew that it was going to be a tough season, and I think everyone would still take it if we stayed up on the final day on goals scored or something, really. I think staying up was such a massive achievement for the club. So there's, again, not really anyone getting too down about it on the terraces. We still go support the team wherever we go, and yeah, still got a chance. And I looked at the table the other day. If we beat Woking 3-0 on Saturday and Ebbsfleet lose as well, then we get out of relegation zone again. So it's still tight, isn't it?
It is very tight. Okay. All right, Patrick, take us through the rest of Saturday's results. Take a look at the league tables and tell us what local football fans have to look forward to this coming weekend. Patrick Locke.
Yeah, and despite the inclement weather and over the last few weeks, there was actually a full, intended full group of fixtures on Saturday. The only exception was obviously Oxford City, as we've spoken about already, due to the FA Trophy exit. So just have a quick roundup of all the Southern League action. And Didcot Town recorded a very important 1-0 win against playoff chasing Bracknell Town. And Patrick Osborne, who was in City's books last year, actually scored the only goal of the game from the spot with about 10 minutes to play. Here's a very happy Jamie Heapy, who spoke after the game.
Both sides, they come out a bit second half and we sat a little bit deep maybe, I don't know, but overall, good performance, especially over 90 minutes again. The boys gave me everything, worked really hard, defended properly, another clean sheet. Lee made a great save, I think, towards the end as well, tipped onto the bar. But no, we, like I said, could have gone either way, but just happy to get 3 points.
Obviously, Patrick with the penalty, another goal for him this season. Give a bit of confidence. That front line has not been maybe the same the whole season, and maybe the link-up's not been as ideal as you'd have liked it. I mean, do you think the whole team is gelling together now and we're learning, we're adapting?
Yeah, I think so. It's difficult up there, to be honest. It's hard for Seth, Pat, whoever plays up there, Robbie. I want a lot out of them, to be honest, when they give me it. And some of them are not natural number 9s or centre forwards. So, but pleased for Pat to score. Good penalty, a bit of pressure on him, scored. But we look good. Defended really well. Pleased for Harvey. Good debut, I thought. Solid debut. Bino, Josh Grant, really good. Luke Adam, Lee, another clean sheet. Midfield boys worked their socks off. Just pleasing to get a win. And we're making, like I said to you in the week, and I've said to the boys in there today, we're making it hard for teams to come here now. And we've got to do that. We have to do that. They're a good team, Bracknell. Cheshire, good team. We've got to make it hard for teams to come here. Hunger for the good team. Yeah, we lost on the day, but we could have got more. And we've got to keep doing that. Another one Tuesday, Walton Hersham, another good side, another tough test for us. But again, we've got to make it hard. But no, the boys have deserved. They've worked their socks off. And like I said to them, you keep working as hard as you do, you get your rewards, you get your bit of luck. And it was just nice to get 3 points, mate.
It's just finally on to the Harvey, good debut for him. Is it any more incomings or outgoings that we know about?
We're trying, mate. We're trying. We're looking at lots of different things where we can try and improve and get players in to help us. It's difficult with the position we're in, and trying to attract players is tough. But I'll keep trying. But yeah, just touching on Harv, I think he's trained once Thursday, come in and done well, to be fair to him. So a pleasing day, something to build on again, and then we go again Tuesday. And get everyone here.
Roll on Walton Hersham.
Yeah.
Cheers, Gemma.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Good evening.
Cheers.
And it would actually turn out to be a perfect Southern League record for our sides at the weekend. Kidlington earned a 1-0 win away at Cirencester Town thanks to Ben Richards' goal. And again, here's what Mark Massingham and Owen James said after that game.
3 words, Mass. What a win.
Yeah, Cirencester are the real deal. For me, one of the best managers, if not the best manager in the league. Quality players. Obviously, I know JD and I know Ben very well. All over even watching them today, you just got to be a little bit in awe sometimes with how the players led themselves and that. But we were, I'm really, really proud of them today. All over the pitch. For me, you come aside when you're in the battle, and we were superb. Even when they were on top, we were still doing the little things that maybe we haven't done some weeks, the little niggles, the little buying the little fouls, just breaking the game up, and then we built back into every time they got on top, we built back into it. I'm very, very proud of that. I think probably our best performance this season.
The game could have gone either way at half time. What did you say to the lads in the dressing room to spur them on?
Just more the same. No, first half, first 20 minutes, I thought we looked really good, created some opportunities. They come on. You got at this level, every team's going to have a moment or two. So we knew that. We rode it well. Last 5-6 minutes, it was a bit end to end. Just said to the lads, second half, ride their wave. They're going to come out. We could hear the manager having a go at them. We knew they were going to come out strong. We rode it. Did really well in the second half. Ben scored a very good goal. At centre half, he's 6'7". They think he's only got a head, but he showed today he can finish with his feet. And brilliant. Every single player, even the subs that come on, superb.
Holding a lead seemed to be a problem for Killings, and how proud of you that they held on to it this time?
You say that, mate. I had hair at the start of the season. What was really good, and it was a strange feeling. 70, 75 minutes in, they were putting it on us. When you can bring on people like JD from the bench, like that's strength and depth, and we still look comfortable. Yes, Hoppo's made some great saves, but that's why he's one of the best in the league. Like, just as a team, we just looked really composed, and we looked like we weren't getting broken down today, and that's probably that is the best clean sheet of the season, and probably end of the year that will certainly be right up there.
OJ, on a personal note, as a first start for you, how did that feel?
Yeah, good start. Massey obviously gave me the call up, Fergie's red card. I felt like I took the opportunity very well today, keeping the ball 1-2 touches, 3 in max. But yeah, felt I'd done really well today.
How happy are you with the overall team performance today?
Yeah, very good. We worked so hard for it. As you can tell, all the boys are absolutely legless in there. Like, we worked so hard, we battled. It was a war out there, really. Like Massey said in there, it was a war, and we won the war.
It's been a long time coming since you got those 3 points. How important are they?
Massive, especially in our mini league, as Massey says. Massive win for us today.
Northley also winners on the road. Greg Hackett and Dan West both on target for them. They won 2-1 away at Leighton Town. Well, Tame United completed a trio of away wins actually in the Southern League Division 1 Central. In a thriller at Welwyn Garden City. Oscar Lucy, Harry Alexander and Ryan Knight's goals saw them go toe-to-toe with Welwyn Garden City with one blow to another to make it 3-3. But there's a killer blow from Tame in the 95th minute, and the name that always pops up in Jefferson Louis scoring a goal, and just a month shy of his 45th birthday. And we were trying to work out before how many clubs it is. So I think we reckoned 42 or something, but who knows? I'm sure he's probably lost count as well, to be honest. On Sunday, and Zoe Barrett scored a hat-trick as Oxford United women beat Chatham Town 3-2, while Oxford City women not quite back into league action yet as they beat Oxford University 6-4 in a friendly at the Royal Charging Stadium. A quick look at the league tables. Oxford United, they are 5th in League One, Oxford City 23rd in the National League, Banbury United 20th in the National League North, Didcot Town still bottom of the Southern League Premier, but that win on Saturday brought them just 2 points adrift of the second bottom team. Northley have risen to the top of the Southern League Division 1 Central while we've been away, and Kidlington 18th, Kidlington 14th and Tame 18th in the same division. And Oxford United women are still 4th in the Women's National League South. So coming up this weekend, Oxford United, they host Northampton Town at the Kassam. Oxford City, a fairly local one in terms of the National League. It's the trip down to Woking. Banbury United got a much longer journey as they head up to Spennymoor Town. Didcot Town also on the road. They head to Hayes and Yedding. Northley host Kempston Rovers, while Kidlington host Stopfold, but Tame United have no fixture. And back to you, Colin.
Yeah, so Oxford City, Didcot Town, Tame United still have a lot of work to do to stay in their respective leagues. Banbury United are also hovering over the National League North relegation zone. Oxford United and Northley are promotion hopefuls at the start of 2024. Thank you, Patrick Locke. Thank you, Paul Lyon. I'm Colin Ryde, handing back to the main studio for more Ox Sports Unleashed.
Our thanks to the three amigos, Locke, Lyon and Ryde there for their roundup of the last week's and for next week's fixtures. Quite an interesting couple of things there, picking up on Ollie Sanderson and Jack Bycroft.
Big loss.
On loan at City, but now going to pastures new. That's going to be quite an impact on Oxford City, isn't it?
Yeah, massive loss, both of them. Possibly less so Jack Bycroft, because they had Chris Haig. I think he might still be there, I may be mistaken, but he was on loan from Ebbsfleet and sort of fell to sort of second choice. So they've also got Marcin Brzozowski as well. So not such an impact perhaps, but losing Ollie Sanderson, City need goals and goals win games, and he's, I think, their leading goal scorer this season. He's been doing really well, great form. They have brought Alex Fisher in on loan from Yeovil Town, but I'm not sure how long that loan spell will last. But City need goals and they need wins, because they're second from bottom at the moment, and it's looking a little bit bleak, I have to say, for Oxford City. But as Patrick said and as Paul Lyon said, there's still hope, they're still fighting, and they've got a crucial period coming up. Woking on Saturday, York on Tuesday, then Ebbsfleet, they've got Kidderminster early next month, so they've got a lot of games against sides that are in and around them, and they really need to pick up the points in those games, because they ain't going to pick them up against Chesterfield and Bromley, I don't feel.
Unlikely, isn't it? We wish them the very best for the run in this new season.
And a little word as well on Didcot Town's resurgence, because they are still bottom at the moment, but they've picked up some fantastic wins. A 4-2 win at Basingstoke before Christmas, and a 1-0 win against Bracknell on Saturday, and they're just starting to, dare I say, find their feet a little bit, and maybe just click a little bit, and hopefully Jamie Heapy, Mr. Didcot, hopefully he'll continue to turn the side around and they'll stay in that league, because they're a fantastic club, brilliant club, friendly people. Over 600 there on Saturday at Didcot Town, which is brilliant. And so anybody that's in the area of Didcot and at a loose end, I highly recommend going down to Didcot Town. They'll give you a very warm welcome, a great bunch. John Bailey, the chairman there, is an absolute legend. And good luck, Jamie and Didcot, and hopefully you can continue your resurgence and get out of that relegation zone.
A special mention to Jefferson, more clubs than Nick Feldo, really?
More clubs than me, I reckon, as well.
Yeah. That is a lot, isn't it?
I think that's something like 42 or 43 clubs, and I think he scored for Tame. He actually did play for Tame, I think, last season as well, and then went off to Beaconsfield. I'm not going to list all his clubs, there's lots of them. Jefferson Louis, he of the... what time is it? He of the bare bottom against Swindon in the FA Cup. Many years ago, he scored a goal in the change room afterwards at the Kassam Stadium. Oxford beat Swindon, and Jefferson Louis showed all live on the telly. So he's an absolute legend.
We have to get him on. He'd be great fun.
He would. Sure. He really would. Yeah.
Moving on then from football, we always like to showcase different sports on Ox Sports Unleashed, and we've had the privilege of American football and ice hockey and rugby and hockey and one or two others, Aunt Sally. So we've got now to darts, which is quite interesting. It's quite relevant after the World Championships, we'll talk about in a moment. But a young lad from Oxfordshire, a 13-year-old, Jack Frosty Marshall, 13-year-old, is doing incredible stuff in darts locally. And we've got a little a bit of film and a bit of report here from our roving reporter and cameraman Dan Smith. So here's Jack Frosty Marshall.
Dan the Man Smith.
A 13-year-old dartsman from Baronswood in South Oxfordshire was one of 4 winners at the JDC UK Q School in Coventry this weekend, after winning his final impressively 6-1. Jack Marshall was the 4th and final winner of the tournament. He follows his opponent in the final, Jack Lenihan from Ireland, alongside Callum Code and Charlie O'Connor on the Advanced Tour later this year. Some outstanding darts was played during the weekend in Coventry, with Marshall, who averaged 72.14 in the final, a fitting winner of the 4th of M. The 13-year-old threw first and settled any nerves by winning the leg, hitting tops at the first time of asking. He followed that up with a break off the throw to double his advantage, but Lenihan came roaring back in the third, opening the leg with 100, 140 and another 140 to ensure he was first to a finish, only to then see Marshall take out 52 to close out the leg. Marshall broke again to lead 4-0 before 16-year-old Lenihan from Waterford rallied in the 5th. hitting the first 180 of the contest and taking out 60 to break throw for 4-1. The Irishman followed a 137 with a 92 in the sixth leg, but Marshall broke for a 5-1 lead, and he closed out the leg, the match and the tournament on his own throw to conclude a fantastic week of darts.
Thanks to Dan the Man Smith, as K-Dog alluded to just then, for that report on a young man, Jack Frosty Marshall. We hope to get him in for an interview in the future. That'd be great to interview the young man and see how he practices and how he goes about his darts generally. So a great story locally for darts, and obviously a little bit more local history for darts in the World Championship just recently, with Luke Humphries beating the 16-year-old Luke Littler for 7-4, I believe. Yeah. So
we'll claim him as one of ours.
We'll claim him as one
just
of ours.
Just over the border in Newbury, but I think he did play darts for Challow at some point.
He did play for Challow Cricket Club.
Apparently so. So we'll definitely claim him as an Oxfordshire legend, and we'll see if we can get him on. I doubt we will, but we'll give it a go. You never know. If you don't ask, you don't get.
It's really interesting, though, isn't it? We're talking about youngsters partaking in different sports, and there's two great examples in darts there that are both doing really, really well.
Absolutely, and it was really refreshing, actually, because I did watch it. It was really refreshing to hear the comments afterwards from Luke Humphries, a very rounded young man, and he is a young man. He's only in his early to mid 20s, so to be that rounded and that humble as well. You see the likes of a Phil Taylor in the past. I'm not sure he was particularly humble throughout his career, but Luke Humphries, fantastic guy, really humble, and as I say, from Newbury initially, and we'll definitely claim him as one of our own sporting legends in Oxfordshire, I think. So yeah, really, really good, and fantastic to see Jack Frosty, whatever his name, Marshall. Sorry, Jack Frosty Marshall. We're going to definitely keep an eye on him, because it would be great to see his progress over the coming years. Because clearly, if he's averaging 70 odd with 3-dart average at the age of 13, that's pretty darn impressive. I average about 70 with about 500 darts eventually. Yeah. So not
hitting the board's a bonus.
Hitting the board would be a big bonus. I normally hit the light above it. To be honest.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Loads of holes around the board. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's normal. No, good luck to Jack in the future. Any competitions that he's involved in. So we'll be watching his progress with interest.
Wes Spearman just said, should I mention that I threw a 174 in the office darts today? You should be working, Wes.
174?
He didn't tell me how many darts he threw it in, though.
That's probably not 3, is it?
I doubt it, but he'll probably come back and say it was.
Anyway,
don't believe you, Wes.
We'll move swiftly on from Wes's prowess as or prowess even as a darts player, thrower, spear. I don't know. Anyway, that takes us nicely back to football and our goal of the week. Unfortunately, again, for whatever reason, we can't show Tom Costley's amazing free kick for Tower Hill. It's a good one. He does get a bit excited afterwards. It's well worth a watch, but it doesn't just configure to our programmes here. So we've got a couple of goals we're going to show you now. One, Shelley Proven from Oxford United ladies, and also a goal from Manny Madger. And we'll show you those now. See what you think.
Scorers and how the game is going at the moment, because Banbury not really, since going behind, looking really that they're going to put any pressure onto Zanlut Lieben's goal. Davis now, chance to get the ball in from a wide position, sends it in low, it breaks to Ken Charles, back to Manny Madger, can't sort his 3. Madger, 1-1, Manny Madger. It was Davis on the left hand side, put the ball in low, and Ken Charles held it up, laid it back to Madger, and Madger smashed it into the net from about 16 yards, and Banbury have got level
on 84 minutes.
Good finish from Manny Madger off his right foot, right in the corner, leaving it through full stretch, couldn't sniff it. 1-1. Your thoughts, Tony?
Very well worked. And good work by Ken Childs to hold it up and lay it on the line for Manny Madger to score.
Yeah. We were talking about the patient build-up. Davis got that little bit of space to get the cross and he sent it in low. And it was Ken Charles who had the presence of mind with his back to goal just to hold it up.
Now I've got to make sure Banbury don't
and Madger did the rest.
It's quite interesting there on the second one there. We had so many camera angles, it was brilliant because that was on National League television. So that's why you got so many angles of that goal. I think there's some good skillful play there.
And what I love when Banbury score and at that end is the beer goes flying in the crowd. It's quite funny to watch. Everybody gets soaked. It's just good.
It's good.
Right, it's cold enough actually at the moment to think about ice hockey as an outdoor sport. It's been so cold the last couple of days, but obviously ice hockey has returned after a Christmas break, and Oxford City Stars were in action last weekend against the Chelmsford Chieftains. And this is some highlights and footage from that game, followed by an interview with Shannon Taylor, the Oxford City Stars head coach.
Finished here in Oxford, City Stars 2, Chelmsford 5. Head coach Shannon Taylor, unfortunate, another defeat. Very, very close after the first and second periods. What's your assessment of the game?
I think, first and foremost, it's disappointing another defeat. That being said, the performance level is increasing significantly, so there are a huge amount of positives that we'll obviously take from the game. I think objectively there are probably 2, maybe 3 goals that we as a unit need to do better defensively. But that being said, Chelmsford are a very good team, they will punish mistakes. So whilst I'm disappointed, there are a lot of positives to be able to take from the performance.
2 fantastic solo goals today from our boys.
Yeah, some great finishes, and I don't think it's unfair to say that Jordan is almost certainly one of the best goalies in this league. Obviously, I'd put him third behind R3, obviously, but or R3, sorry. But yeah, he's a really top-class goalie. So those types of finishes were really great to see.
Oh, we've got to touch on our own goalie tonight. Pedicek starts between those pipes. 53 shots on him. Unfortunately, he led in 5, but he made some incredible saves throughout that whole game, didn't he?
Yeah, Petter was fantastic. And look, we've had 50-odd shots, 53-odd shots on goal. Petter's played really, really well. Right? There are maybe 3 opportunities where I think we need to do a better job of supporting them defensively, so making sure that we clear pucks away on rebounds. But That's unfortunate. We'll work on that in practice and we'll make sure that doesn't get repeated. But we're really fortunate at Oxford. We've got 3 absolutely fantastic keepers. We haven't had the opportunity to see Dolly really have a start just yet, but it will be coming very soon. We're blessed in Oxford with goaltending, so we just need to do a better job as a defensive unit, not just relying on Petter to make all the saves.
I think that's a very fair assessment for the game, Coach. Thanks for talking to us as always. Enjoy what's left of the weekend, and obviously see you on Wednesday at practice.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
Our thanks there to Dan Smith again for doing a little bit of montage on the goals for
boy, isn't he?
Oxford City Stars on their defeat to the Chieftains. Our thanks to Shannon Taylor there, because actually, hot off the press, Shannon's coming to join us in the studio on Thursday, the 1st of February, to talk all things ice hockey and Oxford City Stars. So looking forward to introducing Shannon to you on that evening.
And Oxford City Stars are back in action again this Sunday at Oxpens Road at the ice rink. Face-off 6:15. They're at home to, wait for it, the Slough Jets. The Slough Jets. That's on Sunday, 6:15 face-off. If you want tickets, you can go to www.oxfordcitystars.com and you can get yourself tickets. They've got a family package as well available, which I think is £30 for a family, which is good value. Actually, we definitely need to get down there before the season's done, because it looks absolutely fantastic. Now on to the rugby. Nearly forgot there for a moment. On to the rugby. So rugby union has returned, and it returned with real success for Chinnor, who we went and saw just before Christmas with that fantastic win and great atmosphere against Rams RFC. They needed to win because Rams picked up another win as well to keep the pressure on, but Chinnor really did the job. They cruised to a victory away to Sale, quite a long trip for Chinnor. They are back at home again, I think this weekend, and in a couple of weeks they have another Friday evening fixture, so we'll look to get over there again and get some more from Chinnor Rugby, because it was a brilliant evening, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
We were made very welcome.
Fantastic.
Despite the Power Cup, we were made very, very welcome.
Lights going dim.
But Chinnor really turned on the style, so we'll definitely be going there again, and congratulations to Chinnor last weekend for that brilliant win away to Sale. Woodsy.
Yeah, we've also got some news on a certain young footballer, haven't we, from Oxford City, a certain Joe Smartt, godson of
one of our solicitors.
Lyon, right? Yep. One of the 3 amigos. And he's going on, where's he going, Kieren?
He's going on the England Schoolboys training camp in about 10 days' time, and that's fantastic news for him. Another superstar in the making, perhaps. We will have Joe Smartt in the studio, hopefully on the 15th of February, which is after he's had his England Schoolboys training camp, and we will talk to him about his life at Oxford City. I think he plays quite regularly for the development side at Oxford City, and obviously somebody that has caught the eye, actually, of some big clubs. He's caught the eye of Fulham and MK Dons, among others, and has earned a call up to the England Schoolboys, which is another fantastic piece of news for another local sporting youngster.
It keeps going, doesn't it? We keep getting these legends, or possible legends.
Future legends, definitely.
Yeah, so,
absolutely.
Really good news for Oxfordshire sport going forward. And obviously, we want you to give us anything you want us to put on this programme, oxsportsunleashed@gmail.com. You can email us there, and we'll show it. You know, any goals, any highlights, any interviews, you know, please do send it to us, because we will be more than welcome to show it on this programme.
And if you're watching this live, or you're watching it back later, which we know a lot of you do, please do like and subscribe to our channel, and share our channel with your friends and your colleagues, and your doctors and your teachers and your milkman and your postman. Share it as far and wide as you can, because the more people we get watching and the more views we get, the closer we potentially get to subscriptions going towards 1,000. We're a long way off at the moment, but that's our sort of ultimate goal. If we can get a good subscription level up, we will then be able to potentially monetize the channel and put some money into local grassroots sport, which was kind of the aim when we started this. So we're trying our hardest to feature as many different sports as we can, but we can only do that with your help. We need you to as I said, share far and wide. And if you're involved in a sport that's maybe not featured very often, you know, Aunt Sally or even some darts and golf and such like, if you're involved in any sport, as Darryl said, just please let us know. You can email us oxsportsunleashed@gmail.com.
Well done, well said. That was really good from you there, K-Dog. Thanks for that. That takes us on really to our normal feature of the results service. So here's the results from the last weekend's football and rugby. Thanks again to Dan Smith and K-Dog for compiling the results.
Quite late today.
Quite late, so that's done very well to get live on the programme tonight. It's pretty much where we're finishing tonight, but we do want to just mention our England Lions duo of James Coles and Ollie Price. They did play in a game in India last week where Ollie Price scored 7 and James Coles, Ollie Price was batting at 3, James Coles was batting at 8. He managed a score of 20 and then bowled 4 overs, 0 for 29. I think he was the 9th bowler used by England A's at that time. So that's a good start for them, really, because it is new to them. They would have been nervous.
Yeah.
And our good wishes go out to both Ollie and James for when they play again, and hopefully they can shine a little bit more. And show their true potential, which we know they have got. That said, they're not playing in today's game, where England A's have amassed, or England Lions, I should say, amassed about 380 for 3 with a big century by Keaton Jennings of 154. Not local, but I thought I'd mention it anyway. But good stuff from those two guys.
Yeah, as we've alluded to quite a lot, lots of sporting talent in the county, and I'm sure we'll get Ollie and James back in. It'd be great to get me to the studio if we could. It's always a bit difficult on logistics because they live in various parts of the country, but who knows, perhaps we can get them into the studio and have a chat to them about their experiences over in the UAE and then in India, because it's brilliant to see. And good luck to them both for the remainder of this tour. Yeah,
we wish them good luck for sure. So that just about wraps it up for this week. The week that Zach Lion-Cachet, a Sussex rookie contract player, was playing with the Netherlands in South Africa. You couldn't script that,
Font
could
of
you?
knowledge, you are.
That is an amazing bit of thing. But I did thought it was worthy of mention because Zach obviously did have a contract with Southampton, one of our I think Colin Ryde's side that he's going mad behind the cameras just now about Southampton. He did have a contract with them, but he chose to go to a Sussex rookie contract. So we wish Zach Lion-Cachet all the very best for the future in cricket and beyond.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he put himself on the scene with Sussex that day when you were stuck at home with COVID, and we went over to Sussex to play him in a 3-day game, which got truncated to a 1-day game because one of our players tested positive for COVID. Turns out he'd drunk orange juice. We're not going to name that player because that will embarrass him. But on that day, Zach Lion-Cachet then managed to score 140 odd, hitting Joe Sarrow out of the ground about a dozen times, and Sussex grabbed him that day, took him to one side and said, "We like you," and the rest was history. So it just goes to show that Oxfordshire, although we're a non-major county, we do see Oxfordshire punching above their weight a little bit.
Punching above our weight, definitely, without a shadow
Just
of a doubt.
imagine how good Oxfordshire could be if all those players were still playing for Oxfordshire.
We'd be quite useful.
We would be quite useful.
Almost become a first-class county.
Yes.
But that was one of my utmost goals when I was started out with Oxfordshire cricket. I must admit, was seeing Oxfordshire as a first-class county.
I think we kind of are.
We're nearly there. We're nearly there. We do a bit like Oxford City, providing players to the league programme, isn't it? Oxfordshire cricket do the same with first-class counties. So our best to everybody who's involved in that going forward.
Just before you close, we were talking about how we're going to do this show next week. We haven't got the studio available. We are going to try and bring a show because we know it's important to try and have regular shows. We were toying with the idea of perhaps having a break next week because the studio wasn't available. But with the modern technology that we've got, we're going to try a different method next week to bring you at least something from Ox Sports Unleashed. Watch this space. We can't say how long it's going to be, but it will be on Thursday, our regular slot on Thursday at 8 o'clock. So yes, please do join us next week and we will bring you some more exciting stuff from across Oxfordshire.
We'll keep our fingers crossed, but yeah, I'm sure we can do something. It's something we've used before for the Mars cricketer, so I think Ox Sports Unleashed can be unleashed on StreamYard.
Absolutely.
And it will be shown on YouTube live, so no difference there. So please do join us next Thursday. We're back to our regular time and day.
It'll be like COVID times all over again,
It
won't
will
it?
be.
I'll put a mask on and...
You could do.
Yeah, I could do. Well, that's probably...
An improvement.
Yeah, thank you.
That about wraps it up for this week on Sports Unleashed. Please join us again next week when we're unleashed some more Ox Sports. It's a good night from me.
See ya.